Good morning, the students of class 8. Welcome back to my class. We have already completed the lesson determiners, and I hope that whatever I had tried to teach you, you all have understood. I shall give you some more exercises on determiners which you can practice in your copy, and when school opens, I shall check them. Now, we will start with a new chapter, the name of which is already visible on the board. It is Verbs. Verbs is the 7th chapter of your textbook. Now, we have already done verbs in class 7, but it might happen that many of you are still not clear with whatever I taught. So, it will be a revise of whatever we learned previously, as well as we will learn some new concepts too. So, let's begin our class. Now, last year itself we learned that verbs not only tell us about actions, verbs also tell us about the state of being, which means that verbs explain two things, or verbs are used to denote two things. What are they? One is action and the other one is the state of being. Now, action, we all know, any kind of work that we do is an action, and action words are verbs that we learned from our primary classes. Then we got a new term, that was state of being. Now, what is state of being? This also I explained last year, but if you have forgotten or if it's still not clear, let us quickly do a revise. So, state of being, it denotes two things. What are they? State of being, first of all, it tells us what the subject is, and secondly, it tells us in what condition the subject is. So, verb of being, it does two functions. One is it tells us what the subject is, and secondly it tells us in what condition the subject is. Now, what does it mean? First of all, what the subject is. That means it will tell us, subject means the topic about which we are talking, the noun or the pronoun is the subject of the sentence. So, what it is. So, say for example, he is a student. Okay, now in this sentence, is the verb. And what is this is doing? It is telling us what he is. So, he is the subject over here, and is telling us about he, that he is a student. Therefore, is the state of being. It is telling us what the subject is. Next, in what condition the subject is, where it is, how it is. For example, he is ill. So, now again, he is the subject and it is telling us in what condition he is ill. So, we understand that at present he is ill. It is telling us the condition, the state of being of the subject at present. That the state of being of the subject at present is ill. So, this is state of being, which we already learned. And which are the verbs that come under state of being? They are am, is, are, was, and were. So, all these 5 verbs, which are the be forms of verb, they tell us the state of being of the verb. So, these were the two functions of the verb that we learned in class 7. But in class 8, what will be the new thing that you will be learning? You all are thinking about it, isn't it? So, let us now learn what is new about verb that we will learn this year. So, the new thing that we will learn in class 8 is that us about events or occurrences. Now, what do you mean by events or occurrences? Any incident that has occurred is mentioned by the verb. So, if I write an accident occurred, here, which is the verb? The word occurred is the verb. So, occurred is telling us about an event, about an incident. What is the incident? The incident is this accident. Therefore, verbs do three functions. What are those three functions? Verb tell us about actions, verbs tell us about state of being, and verbs also tell us about events. So, if you read the definition that is given in your book, you will find that it's given as words that refer to action, an event, or a state of being are called verbs. So, this is the definition that is given in your book about verbs. So, one very important thing that we need to understand about verbs is that verbs are a very important part of the sentence. So, there are three important parts of sentence. What are they? Subject, predicate, and verb. Without any of these three, we cannot construct a sentence. There can be no sentence without a subject or a predicate or a verb. So, this is the first thing that we learn about verbs. So, I hope this much is clear to all of you. Next, we will learn the kinds of verbs. So, firstly, we will only learn today about the main verb. I'll just give you an idea of main verb today. So, what is the main verb? Let us start with it. So, main verbs are the verbs which have their own meaning. You don't need any other word in order to understand the meaning of that particular word. Those are your main verbs or principal verb. Now, if I write down eat, this word has a meaning which you all can understand even if I don't put it in a sentence. It is still quite easily understood that what the word eat means. But if I just write was, can you understand this word? No. In order to understand was, we have to use it in a sentence. Therefore, what do we understand about main verb? Main verbs are those verbs which are independent, who do not need the help of any other word to make us understand them. So, that is what a main verb does. Now, you have the definition of main verb also in your book. Main verbs are words that have a meaning of their own. They are also called principal verbs. So, which are the examples that are given here? Talk, eat, give, take, run, lend. So, there are so many main verbs, isn't it? So, we all can understand what a main verb is. A main verb, what does it do? It tells us about actions. Normally, main verbs, they tell us about actions. They are all the action words, and these words are independent. They don't need the help of any other word to understand. Therefore, this is what a main verb is. So, my dear students, with this, I shall end up my class today. I'll go slowly with this chapter so that you understand it better this year. So, in my next class, I'll move forward with the other kinds of verbs. So, till then, stay healthy, stay at home and study. Have a nice day. Thank you.